Landslides and flash floods on Indonesia's Sumatra island leave at least 23 dead and dozens missing. Rescuers recovered more bodies in the search for dozens of people buried under landslides or swept away after torrential rains, unleashed flash floods, and triggered landslides on Indonesia's Sumatra island, increasing the death toll to 23 and leaving more than 24 people missing, officials said Wednesday. Rescue teams were struggling to reach affected areas in 11 cities and districts of North Sumatra province after the monsoon rains over the past week caused rivers to burst their banks, tearing through hilly villages as mud, rocks and trees tumbled down, leaving destruction in their wake. As mudslides that covered much of the area, blackouts and lack of telecommunications were hampering the search efforts, the National Search and Rescue Agency said in a statement. Rescue workers by Wednesday had recovered at least 8 bodies and 3 injured people in the worst-hit city of Sabolga and were searching for at least 21 villagers who were reported missing, the statement said. In the neighboring district of central Tapanuli, landslides hit several homes, killing at least a family of 4, and floods submerged nearly 2,000 houses and buildings, forcing about 1,900 displaced people to seek emergency shelters. Rescuers retrieved 7 more bodies in South Tapanuli district, raising the death toll to 8, and workers dug through tons of mud and rubble to search for 3 people remain buried, after floods and landslides also uprooted trees, prompting more than 2,800 residents to flee to temporary shelters and injuring 58 others. National Disaster Mitigation Agency spokesperson Abdul Mohari said. North Sumatra Provincial Police spokesman Ferry Walantukan said that at least 1 resident died when mud and debris struck a main road on a tiny Nias island, and at least 2 people were found dead after a landslide hit Pakpak district. Images showed water cascading down rooftops as panicked residents scrambled for safety. In some areas, flash floods rose rapidly, transforming streets into raging torrents, carrying tree trunks and debris. Severe flooding in Thailand kills at least 33, strands tens of thousands. Severe flooding in southern Thailand killed at least 33 people and displaced and stranded tens of thousands more amid record-setting rainfall in parts of the country. The deluge is the latest in a string of deadly weather across Southeast Asia, prompting evacuations in Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Tens of thousands of people in Thailand and neighboring Malaysia have been displaced by widespread flooding, with streets submerged, homes inundated, and at least 34 dead, officials have said. The Thai government declared a state of emergency in Songkhla province, with torrential rains since late last week drenching several southern provinces. Images show murky brown floodwater covering streets and ground floors of residential buildings in Songkhla's tourist hub Hat Yai. One resident of the city told the Thai public broadcaster that the whole lower level of his building was submerged, with water reaching about 3.5 meters at its highest point. I climbed onto the roof to call for someone to bring us food. The man, identified as Yan Yong, said, "It's now under a meter, but I still haven't received any help because my house is deep inside the flooded area." Thai government spokesman Siripong Angkasakulkiat told reporters that 33 people have died across 7 provinces, including from drowning and electrocution. Severe flooding has spread to 7 southern provinces, home to several million people, according to the Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Department. The flooding since last week has stranded residents and travelers in their homes and hotels, with rescuers using boats, jet skis, and military trucks amid high floodwaters. The military has deployed an aircraft carrier and mobilized helicopters to airlift patients to nearby hospitals, the army said. More than 10,000 people have been evacuated from their homes in Songkhla since last week, the province's public relations department said. University campuses have been converted into shelters for displaced people.
ดีค่ะทุกคนตอนนี้หาดใหญ่ไม่รอดแล้วนะคะตรงนี้คือจุดบิ๊กซีท่วมหมดแล้วนะคะรถที่ทุกคนฝากไว้ตอนนี้ก็คือไม่เหลือแล้วตอนนี้เสียงร้องช่วยด้วยช่วยด้วยช่วยด้วยเสียงหมาเห่านะคะมีเรือเข้าเสียงคนร้องช่วยด้วยช่วยด้วยตลอดเวลาอันนี้เรียบร้อยแล้วนะคะไม่เหลือแล้วทุกอย่างตอนนี้ไม่เหลือแล้ววอนภาครัฐเข้าช่วยเหลือด่วนนะคะก่อนที่จะพบผู้เสียชีวิตมากกว่านี้
จอดก่อนของลูกก็เรียกคนลูกอะได้ยินเสียงไหมเธอจอดก่อนอะไรคนตรงนั้นก็รัวเด็กพวกนี้นะ
ไปพักกับยายไหมลุงไหนอ่ะลุงนี่ทีเดียว
ไปเอาเปิดนะเดี๋ยวก่อนนะให้เอาเชือกวางก่อนวางระบบเชือกนี้ก่อน